I'm going to do a review and tour of my 2025/2026 Salsa Warbird. I just had the bike custom build. It's a custom build bike here in March 9th of 2026. Bike is a size 56, which puts me perfectly because I'm a 5 foot 11 inch tall person, and that puts me at the top end of the size range for size 56 on the Salsa chart, and frankly, it fits me really, really good. I'm still doing a few things to get really dialed in. You can see I've got the smokestack still on the steer tube, and I got a little bit of adjusting to do on the seat. Salsa builds the bike as a gravel slash road bike with an emphasis on road. I have the bike set up and will use it solely as a road bike. I'm running 50 or 33 millimeter slick tires. So let's talk about the setup and what I've got. The cockpit is a zip carbon cockpit. It's got a carbon fiber stem with carbon fiber zip handlebars. The handlebars are 40 millimeters wide with a 70 millimeter reach. The 70 millimeter reach on the zip handlebars are spectacular handlebars, especially for fitting. They allow you to use a longer stem, but yet still bring the reach in a little bit, so it gives you good handling on the bike, but still allows you to have a good control on the reach. The seat post is a matching zip. What do they call it? Service Course SL is the set. It's carbon fiber as well. The only thing on here, this bike that kind of is the outlier, is a saddle. The saddle is a Specialized Power Comp Pro. I like these saddles. I think they are very comfortable for me. I like how they ride. I've been riding that saddle on a couple of different bikes for probably 5 or 6 years now. The group set on the bike is the new SRAM Force electronic. I got to tell you, I wasn't totally sold on electronic shifting, but I've ridden the bike twice now, and I think the electronic SRAM stuff is really smooth. It's nice. I like it. I think it looks cool. It's super light. I like that it's wireless, so there's no wires on the bike anywhere, which I really appreciate. And then you can see here on the pedals, I'm running a Garmin power meter pedal. It's a dual-sided power meter pedal, which are pretty sweet. And then as we transition and look over at the wheel set are custom-built wheels from Light Bicycle. It's the 47 millimeter deep area wheel that's a 25 millimeter internal width. I built them with Sapim CX-Ray spokes, and I built them around a DT Swiss 240 hub. And you can see here, I have a Continental GP 5000 tire that is tubeless, 30 millimeters wide. I'm still dialing in the pressure on that for me, but I think it's going to land somewhere probably around 50. I went out today and rode and started at, I think, 55 or 58 PSI and let the tire pressure down until it was comfortable. And here's the rear hub. You can see the DT Swiss 240. I opted to go for the 36 points of engagement instead of the 54. I have found on road that 36 points of engagement is just fine. I didn't need the extra money on the higher engagement, and quite frankly, I find sometimes those things are loud and kind of scream at you. One of the things I did that I think is kind of neat, to customize it and make it mine, you can see I painted every other spacer on the steer tube gold, and I'll stack those up when I get the fit dialed in, the height, and then I'll finish cutting off the steer tube. And then also, this is kind of neat too, I painted the Salsa badge gold to match the gold trim on the paint. You can see the paint on the bike, the trim is gold. So I think that's a pretty cool accent that makes the bike feels custom, and like there's not going to be a whole bunch of other bikes out there like it. On the scale at the bike shop with pedals, the bike weighed in at 16.1 pounds, which I think is pretty dang good for a Salsa Warroad bike. I'm pretty excited about that. One of the things I really do like about the Salsa Warbird is I'm not a fan of internal cable routings. And you can see everything here is external on the front end. It's just so much easier to deal with from a fit, service, maintenance. Frankly, aero I don't really care about. It doesn't matter to me for how I use the bike. I'm really excited about the bike. I've ridden it twice now, and so far the ride quality has been really nice. It's just a matter of, I think, getting the tire pressure dialed in. I will say one thing that's interesting on the light bicycle branded wheels. I opted for what they call their featherweight version. I think you pay an extra $20 a rim for it. And they changed the carbon fiber, and the layout is a little bit different. And those are 1,200 gram wheel set, which is pretty spectacular for 47 millimeter deep wheels. That's the bike.